Just finished a new game, Borderlands 4. I've always loved the Borderlands series, even from the very first one. I remember playing it. I love the zany characters. I love the style of the games. Got that cell shaded, comic look style, but it also has a grittiness to it. It is kind of pretty graphic game. I love the crazy characters. It's always just a really good time. Borderlands is known for being just zany and just really potty type humor, and I kind of like that humor. I've liked every one of the games. I've played all of the ones in between, the special games. I've played every one of them. And then I heard Borderlands 4. I heard they was taking some of the humor out of it. I guess you say the potty humor. And when I heard that, it kind of let me down a little bit because that is one of the draws for me. I love that goofiness, and they did tone this one down some. It's not as crazy as some of the others, but it's still pretty crazy. This one has you on a new world, got a new big bad, new boss. And you find out right off the bat he's a punk. He does some crazy stuff. He's evil, and then you get into the game and you're going after him. Side quest all over the place, just like the previous games. I think I finished with about 60 hours in. I had did the majority of the side quests. I actually did every one that I found. I don't know if I didn't find them all. I don't think. When you beat the game, it opens up a couple of side quests. You have these factions in the world. I think there's 3 factions, and you can help those factions. And then after you beat the game, there's a couple more missions that kind of tie up their story. And I went in there and did that. And then there's a big thing at the end. You're trying to become the ultimate vault hunter, but all you're doing is really just replaying the missions over and over again, getting the new loot. Borderlands is all about loot and getting that loot and getting better weapons and all that. I personally, before I beat it, I was already getting burned out. I think I burnt myself out doing all the side quests. I was kind of ready for it to be finished, even though I was having a good time. You know how the loot works. I would get a gun and I loved it. Then it wouldn't do as well because as you level up, the enemies levels up, and it just didn't work as well. So you'd get another gun. And what's sad is some of the guns at the beginning I liked more than the ones I got at the end. I never really found ones that I enjoyed playing with as much as the ones in the beginning of the game. But, that's one thing about Borderlands. It does keep you trying new things where you don't just get stuck in one play style. But if I had to give the game a review, I do that teacher score, I would give it an 8. I would give it a solid B. It wouldn't be a high B. It really kind of be that kind of there at the bottom. If you've played Borderlands, you know what you're getting into. It's pretty much the exact same thing. I did get a little bored by the end of it, kind of doing the same thing over and over again. Now, the gameplay in Borderlands is awesome. It always is. But I missed a little bit of the zaniness. I don't know. This world, to me, was a little bland compared to some of the other games and some of just the level designs and goofiness. Even the secret characters, you've probably seen it. There's one in this one. It's kind of like Shrek. He's kind of like Shrek. Every game's had that. The Ninja Turtles was in one of them, and the Smurfs and all that type of stuff. This one didn't really have as much as that, and then I wasn't as impressed with some of that. And then even just the world in general, it didn't seem to pop as well as some of the other games. It just didn't pull me in like the others. The characters are okay. I picked a character called Amon. I wish I would have tried all the characters out at the beginning. I didn't. I just liked him. He's a big brute. He's actually was a religious type character, which was great for me because I'm a Christian, even though it ain't a Christian world there. And they actually twist that. There's actually an aspect of Amon. If I would have known that aspect of him, I wouldn't have even picked the character, to be honest, because it kind of goes against what I believe. But it won't for everybody. Some people won't mind. But here's the main problem with Amon. He's a slow character. If you're used to fast pace, wanting to move real quick, dodge bullets and stuff, he's not your guy. He's very slow. But now by the time the end of it, you build him up, you're just a tank. You can just stand there and take stuff. You can use his special and take more, and you're just a tank whooping everybody. He becomes fun at the end, but he's a little bit frustrating, and I didn't know. I was thinking, man, this game feels, he's slow. And I know people have been talking about the optimization and all that type of stuff. My game was fine. It was just the character in general. He was a slow-moving character compared to the others. So if you're not wanting a slow-moving character, don't pick a Mun because he's slow moving unless you just want to tank there at the end. But I did like some of his dialogue. He says some funny stuff, and when you see him kind of caught up with the other characters, it's pretty good. He's fun overall, but I think that hurt me a little bit because he's so slow moving. I like that fast paced Borderlands, and my game wasn't as fast paced because I picked that character. Now that's my fault. I could have went back and chose one of the other ones, but it was kind of weird, kind of doing that aspect of the game and using him. So if you're wanting that fast pace, I'm just go ahead and tell you don't pick Amon. His is he just ain't quick enough for the game. But overall, it is a good game. It is fun. If you play Borderlands, you know what you're gonna get, and you are gonna like it. A lot of time you can put in. Like I said, I put 60 hours in it. I know there are some more side missions, but there's too much other stuff going out. I'm not going to go back and do them. And of course, there'll be some DLC later that'll come out and it might pull you back in. But as far as the story goes, it's okay. The gameplay is great, Borderlands gameplay. But by the end of it, you're probably going to get a little bored. So my personal opinion on it, I give it it's somewhere in an 8. That's where I'm going to kind of leave that. It's a good game. Any of y'all played it? What do y'all think about the game? And y'all looking forward to it? I do recommend it, especially if you like Borderlands. You need to jump in and play it. But as far as Borderlands 4 is concerned, I give it an 8 on my teacher scale. Thank you so much for watching. I'd love for you to hop in the comments. Tell me what you think about the game, or if you played any of the other characters. Tell me how they played. I doubt I'm gonna go back and play it, but somebody else might want to hear it. I personally, Amon, he's too slow of a character for a lot of people. But that's what I got on Borderlands. Thanks for watching. Hope you all have a great one.